Hey guys, and welcome back again to me, Ben, playing City Skylines, today in my city of Springvalley. So this episode will be an episode about mainly decoration and also a couple of quick fixes of things here and there, and maybe also some pre-planning for the next episode coming up. So I'm going to start with the farming area here. Like, it looks really rough at the moment. I haven't done any kind of decoration so far, and I think it looks very ugly, not very pleasant so far. So I want to make sure that by the end of this episode it looks more pleasing and it looks more, I don't know, as if it would make a bit more sense to everything. So I'm just wondering, okay, this is I'm gonna fix that as well anyway. I don't like the K here because it's very, very low, but I'll fix it right away. So let's dive right into it. And in case you haven't subscribed yet to my channel here, I would very much appreciate if you did so. And if you have any questions, like my video, please consider liking or commenting on it. Because I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions, and thanks for your feedback in advance. So let's get started right away with fixing the cave first, and I'll be back for you in a bit while I'm getting started with decorating my farming area a bit. So I believe this looks better than before. I put in a couple of trees, a few additional fields, and what I wanted to achieve here is actually, and I just have to check this because I might have forgotten. No, it's not corn, it's wheat. So what I tried to achieve here is a full patch of wheat fields. So I think it looks quite nice. Also with the additional road leading in here, which gives me the option to fill it out completely. And from there, since I now fixed my farming industry, even if that still looks crazy bulky in that kind of area, but it's obviously industrial. It's no lush green little farming thing happening here. It's more like a huge farming area and a hopefully very efficient one, similar to that one, but without the cattle industry or animal industry. It's only about fields and crops and trees and their fruits. From there, I want to move on, and that's another thing here. Why isn't it connected? Maybe that doesn't have, but it should have water supplies here. I'm wondering why that is happening. So maybe it's time to put down, and I don't like these, so they provide me with 160,000 cubic meters per week of water. And this provides me with 120,000. So this is even more efficient, which is kind of crazy. So I'm maybe putting down more water towers here, but somewhere distant. I'm thinking about going to a different place, probably over here, putting down a few more there, because that should help me supply my city needs with more water. Hopefully, I'm putting down water pipes below my roads here just to build some kind of connection, because those roads aren't very much in use yet. Lining it up here, so there's no connection so far. Maybe I'm gonna build this right away. So let me start working on this here, because I believe that if I put down, that looks odd. That looks really odd. So I want to move that here just by a bit up there, and I should build a connection here. So the last thing, I want to pick up one of those roads, and I need zoning on either side here. So that's okay-ish. And from here I can basically get my water pipes to down there. So it should all be connected. I'm just wondering, those need to be connected as well, of course, because otherwise we're running into trouble. Like this here. Nice. 4 more water thingies here, and I'm wondering how soon and how quickly those water towers solve my problem here, because I don't get it. Like, they seem to have an issue with getting a proper connection to all my water supplied here. Maybe it was just because there was a line missing. However, I just want to make sure that everything works out correctly. And the other thing I wanted to do, like here, I'm building up this new district, and I want to add in one of the teeny tiny roads here that I have. The smallest, narrowest road. Paved road, obviously. Not the... is my 2-lane alley. So I think that should work. So I'm pausing the game again, making sure that this lines up perfectly here, because I want to make sure that I'm not destroying any kind of buildings here, except for maybe a little building here. I want to decorate this just by a bit and put in a few more. So there is no high demand in offices right now. I think I have a high demand in commercial zones. So that leads me to the thought that I might have to add in a few more of these here, just right in the middle of it. And maybe a 3x3 park would be nice to have as well. Dog park is too big, but maybe let's put down a dog park here. It's even too big there. And there's something else I figured by the end of last episode. So what I don't have here is a good coverage when it comes to doctors and police departments or fire departments, I'm sorry. And the police isn't there. I'm just letting the game run until it figures how far. So that's quite safe here. Should be quite safe here. And then I'm wondering about schools as well, because I obviously don't have schools here because that was never needed so far. There's a school here and also like right across from it, bigger school, and then I wanna introduce another playground area, like a kids area. It's not a small park, guys, come on. Ground, so that's a small one. I figured one might be nice to have here, and probably another one over there, because I want this district sooner or later to be growing into something nice and beautiful. Yeah, things are popping up, upgrading, which is kind of natural, because as soon as you start putting down city services, and I also want to go for post offices because I haven't taken care of those since quite a bit, I would say. It absolutely makes sense that those little things do improve here. Then there's also a small bank. I like that. And where did my post thing go? It's not about school. It's not about transport. Is it a factory thing? Yeah, it's kind of an industry thing. A little post office here and there. Is there coverage? Nah, not really. So I need probably a post office here. And then I think the coverage is pretty good. So there are two post offices. There we have post offices. Do have some post offices there as well. And I want to check on my newly built farming area. Yeah, that's not covered at all at the moment. But I think we can do something about that in a second by putting down a post office here. That makes sense. So I'm almost 100% sure that Sherry District will turn out to be very, very nice and beautiful. And maybe I should even consider upgrading all the roads to something like this here. Because, yeah, it's rural. Why is this no longer connected? Come on. I'm a bit surprised. Yeah, so that does make sense. Pick a regular road. No, it's too wide, isn't it? Basic roads, decorative roads. I want to have a look at the smaller roads, the smaller options that I have available. That's a one-way. I don't need a one-way. Two-way, two-lane. Yeah, if I'm upgrading that, no, it doesn't help. Yeah, to square one here. So I'm not upgrading this road here because it only like confuses what I already had here. That's a shame. I'm very sorry about this, guys. I didn't want you to leave or have the impression that I did not want to have you here. That's a bit of a shame. However, can't change it right now. Orchard Square. So that looks like a miniature downtown-y area here. And I think I also wanted to build a zoo at some point in time, but that's something that'll have to wait, because first I know I fixed my train traffic just a little bit ago. Just a little while ago I fixed it, and now I wanna add in a bit more, another like train station here, just to make sure that my industry here is fully connected to the train network. So I'm going for a cargo train terminal, maybe over here. This should give me enough room to just go underneath, not -3, but probably -9. Most likely that should do it. So what I learned from the past is give your trains enough nodes in between those intersections just to be able to make sure that they have the room to travel and they have the room to navigate, because this can cause so many traffic issues, and I'm curious to learn how things might have or will have improved in City Skylines 2. I'm honestly curious about this because train traffic in City Skylines 2 is not what I was expecting to see, honestly. In City Skylines 1, sorry. Yeah, because it's kind of weird that you have no real option to like improve this outgoing incoming connection issue. You can't really change anything about it except for the fact that you're installing a mod that you're originally not supposed to do, and still the game developers, they didn't really take care of that in the past. So there are already trains coming in, which is great. So they are making, or they can make a little detour, which is great. Go back and forth from this industrial area here. So I simply added another train station to my town, which is great, to my city. The other thing I wanted to take care of is my fishing industry. And I was thinking hard about where to put this down, and I guess I might need a lot of terraforming for this to make it happen. So I'm going ahead, I'm pausing the game now. I'm doing some landscaping thing here, and I'm wondering how well this will turn out. So turn height, I have no idea about this yet, but the brush size needs to be way bigger. So I want to create kind of an art initial platform here and then smooth everything, soften it out kind of. The industry won't be big for sure, but from there I think I can expand it at least a bit, and I'll see how much room I'll need in the near future for this. Softening things out here slightly, just to make sure that I can get some roads down there, and I'll let the game run for a bit because I want the river to settle down before I'm actually starting to build here, because most likely this will create some minor turbulence here, and I want to avoid that while I'm building my fishing industry. So I think the river actually settled quite a bit now, so I think I should be fine starting to lay out the road network down to my fishing industry, and then I have to see where I can go from there. So I'll be back for you in a few minutes. So as you can see here, you get a pretty good overview of what kind of fish are, what species of fishes are located where. So the biggest, actually are shellfish, anchovies, and do I have salmons? Probably I have salmons. Can't really distinguish it, but I think those are salmons and those are the anchovies. So I'll go for the 3 types of fishes here, and I'll continue decorating and building my buildings here for you. So I'll be back in a few. To be honest, guys, I wasn't aware that fish are moving. No, obviously I was. But that the game reflects it like this, I wasn't sure about this. So, but right now it looks as if I do have my route set up correctly. Yeah, low fishing route efficiency, so you never know how well all of this goes in the end. But I'll do my best. So maybe the distance is too long or whatever there is. But I'm just trying to do my best here to get things out and about, the boats out and about, and have my fish market hopefully flourishing over time. I'm just a bit surprised that there are only like 2 types of factories available. Maybe I should set up a third one. Yeah, and this should be okay-ish. I think fish loaded 6%. Yeah, this is kind of ridiculous, but yeah, they haven't loaded any fish yet. 3%. Yeah, it's not going to be a lot. There won't be a lot happening here. But however, it is what it is, so I can't change that significantly. There are some why is it working? My fish farm? Yeah, I think so. Upkeep normally, so it should be fine. Over time, there should be fish collected. And yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It's just a small industry for now. I'll probably decorate it with some other things as well. And I also want to build a connection, by the way, up to the town, because this might become a more or less industrial town over here anyway. I'm just putting this up here, connecting it up there, because you never know whether people who live there might want to work at a fishing or in my fishing industry. That's not a bad thing to have it connected up. I'm wondering, are there any roadblocks here? Yeah, they are. So all stones removed. From here, cars are going back and forth, and I also might need a little warehouse here along the way, because I honestly don't know whether the fish stock thing here, the fish market, is actually set up for that kind of fishing. And also want to have some fish stored here, so that does make sense. Fish sold, so here's the selling thing. Enough fish yet? Yeah, this will take time for sure. I'm 100% sure about this. It's not that easy, not such an easy fix here. Yeah, and here I'm running into some other issues there, because I forgot to connect those up to my electricity network. I'm just pausing the game now because I don't like what I built here. And that looks better, I think. Even if it's still not my preferred way to put down power lines, but this will significantly change in City Skylines 2 anyway, so better get used to it. And right now, what do we have here? All people stopping here below the bridge somehow. Yeah, and the other thing I have to fix, I completely forgot it, is I have to rebuild my highway connection here, kind of. Because it should look way better than it does right now. So I'm stopping the game here just very quickly. And I want to make sure that I'm deleting this part here, also that part here, and I also want to go for probably both of these parts. So I'm fixing that now before I'm ending the episode. So I'll be back for you again in a few minutes. So that's mainly about it. Just want to remove the trees here because that looks a bit off. And then as a final step, I'm going to add in a couple of highway pieces with sound barriers because now since we decorated this whole area, I'm wondering whether I truly need a 4-lane here. Do I not need a 2-lane here? Yeah, it should be a 2-lane. So I'm redecorating that, changing that into a 2-lane. Just want to make sure that it looks very much like all the other parts in my town here. So that's way better. It's a 2-lane, but why is this a 4-lane? Yeah, this is my massive thing here. So I completely get it. I'll just leave it like that. And I also want to upgrade that to a version that includes sound barriers. Yeah, but I think that's it for now. So what did we build here in this episode? And let's take a closer look. So I decorated my farm here that I built during the last episode. I added another train station here for purely cargo train purposes with a huge detour just to make sure that I'm not running into any traffic issues with my trains again. Just due to the fact that I put some intersections and nodes too close together. So I've successfully, I think, avoided that. The other thing I did is I fixed a few things here in my commercial area, and the other thing I added is a new fishing industry here. So I'll have to wait and see what comes up from this, but I'm very curious to see this industrial area come to life a little bit more in the near future. So most likely I'm expanding it, and I thought this kind of sneaky way or sneaky road up here looks quite realistic. I think I just want to decorate it in the next episode a little bit more to make it more obvious that it's kind of a grown thing here. So I want to thank you guys for joining me again for this episode, and I hope to see you soon back on my channel here. Thanks for following me, thanks for leaving me a like, and thanks for leaving me a comment. So hopefully I'll see you soon back here. Thank you and have a good day. Bye bye.